Gonna pop these screws out that hold the cover on. Four screws. Once those are off, the cover basically picks right up off, and just set that out of the way. And then you can see the insides of the Mach 8. And the next thing I have to take off are these screws here, here, and there's one here, and then one over here. Now once that's taken off, you can see I've exposed the control box, which is the same. So now I have to take the control box off. That basically comes off with these two screws right here. One thing to note, I've already shut off the circuit breaker to this fan. So the best thing for me to do here is, for this AC, is to use my multimeter and really verify that all of the connections are in fact dead. But what I will show you here is that this there's two wing nuts that are in here as well. There's one here and there's one over here. So once these are off, this holds this control panel in place, and then this will basically just pull away, and you'll be able to see inside of this control box. And one thing I'll note is that, as you can see, this was burnt off, and this is the compressor relay here. And by this compressor relay burning out, you can see pulled that off, but you're going to have issues with the board itself. So rather than try to replace the relay, which I couldn't pull off, and I don't think you can, I have to replace this entire box. So that's what I'm doing. Now there's some things here that you're going to keep, one being this piece, this harness, and all of these connections that are here are going to remain, and we're going to disconnect them all and then put them all onto the new one. And as you can see, the new one has the connection for this piece, it has the hole for this, and it also has the white connector here, which is nothing is connected to it over here. So one thing I want to show you that I did is I added numbers to these. I just did that for my own purposes, so I know exactly which ones go where. I did the same thing over here. I got 7654321 and 7654321. Those will connect. This connection right here will connect to that connection, and this will be inserted into the box over here, and I will use the wire nuts that are here and connect all of these pieces together. So let me pull these out of here, and then I'll disconnect these otherwise. We'll see how that works. Alright, so I got all of these disconnected, and I pulled this wire through, so that's done. With this, we'll open this one up now. I don't see where these extra parts actually go, so I'm seeing a brand new one of these. So this is 6 and 7, and it actually goes to here and is inserted in here. So this piece right here is the old one, and they actually sent a new one, and so the new one is here, and I don't see that there is much of a difference between this one, which has 6 and 7 on it, so I'm assuming that I can hook 6 and 7 onto either of those, as long as I insert that where it needs to be, and then this can be inserted onto the new box, onto the 6 and 7 points, and we should be good. But let me pull this off and I'll show you the inside. So now what you can see on the inside here is, it's very hot out. You can see all of the connections that need to be hooked up for the power. These are the power cables, the exact same ones. These here hook into this, and then that way I'll start getting all reconnected. So we'll go ahead and reconnect each of these, and I'm gonna wrap this back kind of the similar way that it was. So, and I'm gonna use a new one just because I have it. I don't see a real reason why I need to use the old one. If it's new, I'm just gonna assume that it might be better. Goes in there. This comes through here. 7, 6, 5. Now, there is a wiring schematic on the back side of this, and if you notice, you can see the burn mark that I have here. There is the same wiring schematic is on this one, so I'm just going to use the new one, obviously. Continue to connect all of these. 5, 4. Two and 1. Those are all connected. This one I'll plug into here, and from there I will insert these into this and insert the plug, so it's in there. And now I'll just need to connect these wires. Alright, now you can see that I basically have all of the wires connected. I have all of the connections up here done. This now will hook onto these bolts where the wing nuts go. I'll insert the wing nuts back on it. Put this first. It's pretty easy to do. Make sure this is down in there far enough. Now, the good thing is, that's all there is to it. It's pretty easy install. I had a lot of tools here for the install. Now, you can see all the other parts, and while I'm in here, I might as well look at them. But everything else looks pretty good shape, and I didn't have any other issues. So, we'll go ahead and turn the circuit breaker back on, and we'll go ahead and fire this. I'll put it all back together and fire it back up. Okay, now what I did was I had my wife turn the AC on and turn the circuit breaker on and turn the front AC off and put the back one on, and as you can see, it's blowing here. So I'm going to go downstairs. I'll check the temperature on the cold air and see what it's blowing. So pretty easy install. I'm going to go ahead and put the top back on this and then take my tools back down. All right, now what I'm going to do is test the air coming out. I don't know if this is as accurate as it should be, but it's showing about 67, 66 degrees coming out.